My name's Alyssa. Don't you guys just love moon signs? Like, I love moon signs because I think that your moon sign brings like the most insight into you, like as far as compatibility, as far as who you are when no one's looking, as far as why you're a weirdo in real life, like all that shit. Why people don't like you, why they do like you, why they think you're shallow, why they think you're awesome, why people have crushes on you, shit like that. I think moon signs are great. I wanted to give you this moon sign on Monday, but I was busy. I don't remember what I was doing, but it was a ridiculous day. And I thank you for waiting. So that means that today we're getting 2 for the price of 1, because if there's something that I do, it is I do not lie. And I put out 2 videos a week, whether I want to or not. All right. So today, Moon in Gemini. I had the biggest crush on this guy who had his moon in Gemini. And honestly, it was so long ago, I didn't know his moon was in Gemini at the time. But now that I know, because I did some secret stalking, I get it. So here, Gemini moon people, I like your moon sign. People with their moon in Gemini are quick-witted. They are strong-minded. They might go to extremes on occasion, yet they're pretty practically funny. Pretty practically funny. Jim Carrey, he's a freaking Capricorn. Capricorns aren't funny, but his moon sign is funny. Jim Carrey is able to take his strong, will-driven Capricorn side and yet add a sparkle of humor and creativity and originality to the whole thing. And that's what people with their moon in Gemini do. You are smart, you are quick-witted, you are cunning, you are wise. Sigmund Freud, moon in Gemini, and most people think Gemini is the flaky, shallowest sign that talks too much. When your moon is in Gemini, you are smart. You are so fast. You are the communicator. Gemini is the most communicative sign, and it's ruled by all the good parts of Mercury. Somehow when it winds up in your sun sign, you just talk too much, and it just almost seems like you're full of hot air. But when your moon sign is there, it's like your brain is talking. It's like your mind is just going and going and going. And it's always thinking and talking and making decisions and coming up with ideas, being creative. And how is that bad? Well, here you go. The bad parts of your moon sign are that because of all that, you can be pretty fucking manipulative. And granted, maybe manipulative to you is not a bad trait. Ask your mom. She probably hated that about you. Maybe laughed with her friends over a glass of wine because you made her drink a lot. You win some, you lose some. With your moon in Gemini, oftentimes these people, they have very messy rooms, kind of messy lives, because you're not really an organized person. Depending on where your sun sign is, where your rising is, but for the most part you're not. You're kind of just a mess because you have so many things going on. So you really do need some sort of like assistant or something to write down what you're supposed to do, because you could just end up being like, You can also be inconsistent. You can say one thing and mean another. It's like Gemini, there's 2 faces. So there's 2 faces to your mind. There's so much going on that you can really strongly believe in one thing, but sometimes on the other hand, you start really strongly believing in another thing. And you can be superficial. In your mind, you can put the wrong things into the wrong perspective. You can want the wrong things. Think that the wrong things are going to give you a better life. And it just might be because you really don't give yourself a chance to look at what's important in life, because your mind's always moving and it's not really thinking about what you need and what you want for real. Your mind is more focused on exciting adventures and exciting ideas. You can be very impressionable, like to whatever is around you. Basically, you're going to pick up on everybody else's emotions and things. Basically, your mind is constantly talking, picking up vibes and things. It's almost like lunar Geminis don't ever get quiet in their head. If you're one of those people who has a hard time maybe meditating, maybe just being able to go out for like a walk without just your mind racing, I find a lot of people with their moon in Gemini need a lot of alone time. And even in their alone time, it just kind of like gets louder in their head. So their alone time is spent listening to loud music, or maybe going on a boating adventure and hearing the waves crash around them. Something to just like punch those thoughts out of their head, because they don't get a chance to breathe. You're almost too much for yourself. If a Gemini sun is too much for everybody else, your moon in Gemini, your mind, your soul, whatever you're feeling, always communicating, always talking, is almost too much for yourself. They just know how to pick things up. I'm sure if your moon is in Gemini, you could probably like look at one of those "Where's Waldo" photos and find Waldo right away, because your mind is constantly able to look in different places. Maybe sometimes people love to be around you, and they're very excited to be around you, and you got a good sense of humor, you laugh, you enjoy things, and all of a sudden just like that you can switch. You're a brat, you're mean, you're not funny anymore. And when I say brat, like, adults can be brats. I've seen this. But you're just like, ugh, what are you doing? I don't think that's funny. And you can take yourself very seriously at certain times. Why? Because you have two faces. I believe like that it's a really good place for it, other than the fact that you can like all of a sudden just be an asshole for no reason. You're excellent critics. You can be a very good judge in what is good, what is cool, what is not, what is exciting, what should be there, what kind of music you should listen to. Everything in general becomes a very creative thing. It's kind of like, say you're a man with your moon in Gemini, and you feel like a normal dude that likes to do normal man stuff, like build bookshelves and shit, but you have your moon in Gemini. You might be one of those people who can be like, I know exactly what to wear while I'm building those bookshelves. I know exactly what to listen to while I'm shooting deer. Like, I know about the arts. I know what's good. I know what will make the mood better. You have these abilities. When it comes to love, you're a perfectionist. You expect love to be perfect. And if you ask anybody about that, you're going to tell you that you're shit out of luck. If you're away from them for a long period of time, you can really like them, but it tends that when you're around them all the time and you start to see their flaws and everything, it's just bad. You don't like it because your mind changes all the time. You believe in it for a little while, and then you're just going to go off and do something else for a little while. It's very hard for you to settle down. A lot of these Moon and Gemini people have become cougars or bachelors. I don't know why it's a cougar or a bachelor. That's kind of sexist, don't you think? Until you realize that it's not going to be perfect, you're not going to do well in one. You're always going to give up and run away, probably kicking and screaming because it's irritating having to deal with somebody else. And probably they're not as quick as you, and probably they're not as fun as you, and probably they don't understand when all of a sudden your mood goes from here to here in like 2 seconds. If your moon is in Gemini, the advice that I would give you and how to go about things, Paulo, is to understand your limitations. For one, you can tend to go balls to the walls for no reason because eventually you lose interest in things. So you end up dragging a lot of people down with you. If you have a grand idea, think the idea. Don't try to take charge of it, because chances are you're going to want to just leave. You're almost a leaver in general, in relationships and certain things, just because you lose interest. You have this, they hold your interest, and it could be years, but all of a sudden you just need to leave. Because of that, you really need to know that you do that. That it is something that is a part of you. And if you do start a situation, something, make sure you have somebody else who can be there too, who can take the reins when you decide to leave.